Hello, fellow stroke survivors. It's time for a slightly inspirational video for a change. And this one is about, you might cringe a little bit here, what a good time it is to have a stroke. If you're going to have a stroke anyway, now is the time to do it. Think of how pro-disabled people this country is now. There's delivery services like DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, all things where you could get a meal. You can't go out to it, which would be the first choice, but at least you can get it brought it in so you can enjoy your favorite food. And there's easier ways to get around. There's Uber, Lyft, and rideshare services. And if you're out in the country, away from where taxis generally operate, these things can be a God-saver for you. So there's easier ways to get around, and you can talk to your friends on a video chat instead of having to call them on a telephone. So if you're like me, your family's on the other coast from you, you can do video chats with them on a daily basis. It doesn't cost extra money. And think of the medical advances there's been in the last 20 years. For example, I had another stroke a couple of weeks ago, and they were able to go into my brain with the medical equivalent of a coat hanger and pull that clot out and restore blood flow to my brain. And in my neurological follow-up, they told me if they hadn't been able to get the clot out when they did, I would have lost the whole hemisphere of my brain. Then I would be in big, big trouble that I don't even think physical therapy would get me out of. So think what it is to have a stroke now relative to people that had strokes 20 and 30 years ago, how much their life might suck. I mean, it's not to say our life doesn't suck right now, because it does, but think how much worse it would suck if you'd had a stroke 20 or 30 years ago. So there's not much to be optimistic about when you've had a massive stroke like we have. So I wanted to put this out there to give you something to, oh yeah, that is right, that is good. Think how good that is. So the medical advances, the transportation advances, there's, aside from the ride shares that I listed, there's ride to care generally available to people in the larger areas, and just there's a lot of things available for disabled people, which is a really nice improvement in this country. So I hope you enjoy your day as you reflect on this. Things could be worse.